What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst, along with co-host, Dr. Chris Demzar.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems. Love that we get to call this Your Health Hour. This show exists for one specific reason. You get to ask a health question. We come at you with the functional, holistic, chiropractic, philosophical, what else? Real answers. And if you'd like more,
answers,
that's right.
Root
cause answers. If you'd like more information just about us as a whole, we realize this might be your first time ever tuning in to our show. Go to askdrernst.com. That's ASKDRERNST.com. You have everything from over 3,000 recipes for free, the ability to do a consultation call for free, ebooks, downloads, guides. I mean, if you binged our website, you would heal yourself, just so you know. And listen, I had a listener email me this last week thanking us for being on the air for now 9 years. Whoop, whoop. Thanks, WBT. 9 years. And watch, he has lost 15 pounds just since implementing the intermittent fasting cellular healing program, which is free, by the way, on AskDrErnst.com. So if you're looking to lose 10 or 15 pounds for free, AskDrErnst.com. If you're looking to cut a medication back, maybe you've been recently diagnosed and you're wondering if there's another way. Maybe you're a single mom or a dad and you've got a child who is having health issues. There is another way. Maybe you're not diagnosed with anything, super health conscious. You go to the gym, you work out, you fast, you juice. You're thinking of becoming a vegan and you wonder how healthy you are. We can do a health screening that will actually show you down to the percentage how healthy are you. And how cool is it that the technology like that exists today? So, today's show topic, I think this is a great one.
It is.
Last week we did how your gut wants to heal you. 2 weeks before that we did how your brain wants to heal you. Now the Mac Daddy of them all, how your liver wants to heal you. And if you start thinking, I don't have a liver problem, my enzymes are normal. I'm not talking about medical liver tests, guys. Sure, AST, ALT, LDH, GGT, transferritin, all very important if you want to know if you are causing alcoholic damage to your liver or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. But that doesn't tell you anything about what we're talking about. Did you know that your liver has to do with the amount of energy you have, the amount of digestive ability you have? You know how many people are constipated today? Or those who have, like, what's it called? The floodgates of disease and disarray with diarrhea. I was trying to keep them all D's. Couldn't do it.
There you go. It's close.
Chronic sickness. So the chronic fatigue, fibromyalgias, that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yes,
and get this. So many people right now are dealing with seasonal allergies.
Yes, they are.
So if your car is now yellow and you're afraid to go outside, I want you to think liver, because if you get your liver cleaned out, allergies go away.
That's
Brain fog.
Yep.
I mean, like what are we talking about? That can go away. And watch this. If you're doing everything right, and I mean everything, I'm not going to name the names, but the gyms 5 days a week for a half hour, you've hired a personal trainer, you've even got a nutritionist making you eat dirt and sticks and rocks and you're gaining weight, I want you to think about your liver.
Love it.
So today's show is your liver. We have to talk about some heavy stuff, guys. Look at this. Phase 1, that's hard to do. Phase 1 and Phase 2 detox processes. What on earth does this infographic have to do with the ability for you to heal? There's a ton of stuff on here. Cytochrome P450. We know what it is.
That's right.
Do you? What about NAC and glutathione and B vitamins and zinc and oxygen? Conjugation. We know what that means. Do you? And look at this. Amino acids, magnesium, broccoli, flavonoids, TUDCA. I doubt they know what that is. We got to talk about TUDCA and bioactivated charcoals, fiber, viscous fibers, gut-moving herbs, coffee enemas. Wait. Where does the coffee go? Yeah.
You guessed it.
Up, down there.
That's right.
Yikes. We got a ton to talk about. But here's the crazy thing. If you have cancer, you know what a coffee enema is. if you're doing holistic therapies,
Yep.
if you're struggling with diabetes or heart disease and you want to get your gut cleaned out, you know what a coffee enema is. So the question is, I'm not saying mocha choco latte with whipped cream
Right.
and extra hot double fudge, whatever.
Three shots
Not
of
that
caramel.
kind of coffee.
No.
I'm talking about mold-free, yeast-free, therapeutic coffee that goes in the bottom side to wash your liver out. So we're going to discuss some interesting topics today. Would you agree?
Right. Yes, totally.
And like every week, we have some giveaways. So unfortunately, guys, we maxed out our consult calls. So thank you for booking our schedules for the next 2 months, just so you know. So I can't offer another free consult call, sadly, because I think it would be July by the time we would speak to you guys. And our concern would be your health issue will deteriorate in the next 8
It's
weeks.
too much time.
So we are now offering 100% free access to our webinar. It is in May. It's about type 2 diabetes. And before you go, wait, what? I don't have diabetes, Dr. Ernst. You still want to be on the webinar. I don't have insulin issues. I'm not even a pre-diabetic. I have toenail fungus. You still want to be on the webinar because it's all interconnected. But the topic is, why do so many people have type 2 diabetes? Why is it that every cashier I speak to, every gas station attendant, this happened this week, every single person I bump into that goes, hey, what do you do? And they think I'm going to say I work for AT&T. And I'm like, I'm a holistic physician who helps people to heal themselves. They go, wait, what? I have type 2 diabetes. Can you help with that? Yes. Now, why is it that everybody has this? We got to talk about that.
That's right.
So if you want the free access to our webinar, it is on May 14th. It is in a couple weeks, and it's at 10 a.m. in the morning. And it is how much to attend this thing?
Free, guys.
Free. F-R-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E. Okay? But you have to do something to get on it. We don't know your name and your info. Now, we do have a list of our consistent subscribers who are on WBT and watch us on Facebook and YouTube, and you're already registered. But if you're listening for the first time ever and you're like, hey, I was referred to this show, or I've been listening, you know how many times I hear from people, Dr. Ernst, I've been listening to you for like 10 years, and I finally today decided to do something about it. Great! But listen, it's your opportunity now. 704-906-2094. I've got it memorized because we speak that number every week. Listen, it's on speed dial for me. You can text it as well with your name and your email, 704-906-2094. And if you don't like to talk to human beings, text. If you like to talk, I have a call center and they'll pick up, but guess what they're going to say? Thanks for calling the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Would you like to register for the May 14th webinar?
Yep.
Yes, I would. What is your name? John Smith. What's your email? johnsmith@johnsmith.com. Okay, thanks so much. You'll get an email shortly with how to get online. It's that easy. It took me 12 seconds to do that. Okay, so pick up the phone, 704-906-2094, and there's your opportunity, and there's the calls, and there's the text. So obviously it's working. All right, toxins.
Let's do it.
As a chiropractor, here's my question. Why is it that in the 1900s, someone would go to a chiropractor with, say, like headaches, and they could get one adjustment, and then, boom, headaches were gone, and they never came back. But today, it takes us longer. Why is that?
Yes. Okay, so how much has civilization advanced to the point where there are so many more toxins in and around our bodies, guys?
Yeah.
So many more pesticides, so many more lotions, so many more household chemicals that our body has to try to deal with and adapt to. And when it can't do that properly, that's going to lead to nervous system interference. It's going to lead to maybe some of the symptoms that you're having. Let's talk about things that you can feel for a second, right? It might lead towards the skin rashes, and it might lead towards allergies. So things that we got
Today, though, right?
for
So,
today, yes.
if I go to you, let's say you're a chiropractor, and it's 1910, and now it's 2020. So see the difference?
Yep.
Okay, so like hundreds of years later. So I go to you in 1910, and I come in and I say, Doc, I have headaches. You're going to adjust me.
Yep.
My headaches are going to go away in probably 2 visits.
Right.
Now, 2020, I go to you, and they don't go away in 2 visits.
Right.
So is it because I'm more toxic? Is it because why?
Yeah, because the body's holding on to those toxins, right? The adjustment, right? Going to see a chiropractor is looking to remove nervous system interference. When we have your body's holding on to a lot of toxins, that's going to take some time for your body to make the physiological change, the functional change, so that it can remove those toxins through whatever pathway that it needs to, right? And there may be more than just an adjustment that's truly needed for you to heal in today's society. Now,
and think about it like this: the water in the 1910s didn't have hexavalent chromium, bromoforms, chloroforms, or heavy metals.
Right.
We didn't have as much lotions and shampoos, and my God, toothpaste wasn't even developed until like 1935,
right.
I think.
I know.
Deodorants, good luck. 1910, yeah, you stank like the horse you rode into town on. Okay, so air fresheners, air wicks. My God, Windex wasn't even around. So we are being exposed to more chemicals today. I read a study that said there are a known 80,000 products that have chemicals in them that didn't exist in 1910. And we have things like dishwashers in their soaps and laundry machines in their soaps. Watch this. Plastic bottles for food storage, counter sprays, dishwasher tablets, hand soaps, window cleaners. The furniture we have today is chemically sprayed with a flame retardant that we didn't use in the 1910s.
Right.
So how is it then that toxins affect our body so much? What do they do to the liver? And how does the chiropractor help to increase detoxification?
Yeah.
Can you walk through that?
Sure. So the liver is going to be the primary process where we can detoxify a lot of the things that we put into our body, right? Our bloodstream is going to run through the liver and is going to and the liver is going to do the best that it can to clean the blood up, right? And there's endless amount of different processes that we could go into. It gets really specific. We don't have all the time today to talk about that, guys.
But your liver is your filter for toxins.
Exactly. So if you have an endless amount of toxins coming into your body that your body's always subjected to, the liver is not going to be able to keep up, right? It's like you're riding in a car and the tire on that car is slowly deflating, slowly losing air, right? We go from 34 psi, 32, 30, 25, 20.
And you'll get an alert on your dash.
That's right.
Most cars today.
So what would the alert in your body be, right? It might start breaking out into a rash, or you might start having some other brain fog. You start to become forgetful, right? Because your liver is not able to remove the toxins like it used to.
So how does a chiropractic adjustment help someone to detox? Because listen, I'm thinking about these people. I thought you enhanced your detoxification by going to the health food stores and buying a 7-day detox pack. I thought you went to the juice bars and you did a 6-day juice fast. Am I detoxing if I do those?
Gotcha.
Or is there a better way to engage liver health? How would you do that?
Yeah. Guys, and we say this all the time here to patients at our office. You can't start healing, you can't start detoxing until you've made a change within your body, whatever that has to be. So you can go on that juice fast, but has your body made the functional changes it needs to accept that juice fast and start clearing out the pathways in the body? No.
And what would be the number one functional change to make the liver a better detoxifying organ, in your opinion?
Yeah. So
number one.
Right. It is a neurological adjustment. Something has changed neurologically with the signals going to and from the liver from a nervous system standpoint, right? That should be right there around.
Yeah.
The
So
T6,
this says T5. Well, it's not
T5.
very clear. But anyway, this is a neurological organizational chart. This says that T5 and T6 will actually regulate the function of the liver.
Yes.
So are you saying that the 5th and 6th vertebra, pick that up for me, 5th and 6th vertebra, if they're misaligned, so like, let's say 5th and 6th, if they're misaligned, that could cause the body to not detox?
That's proper. Yeah, absolutely, right?
Now, how would I know if I have that?
Well, the only way, guys, is you have to have the specific functional and neurological tests that we do here at our office to look specifically at what's going on at that neurological level.
I think you would agree. Listen, do we live stream this show also on Facebook and YouTube? So if
course
you're
we do.
listening on WBT.com, airways, or streaming audio only, right now, guys, Facebook.com/AskDrErnst, YouTube.com/AskDrErnst, I think those of you viewing would say, oh, look at the bend in this spine at the T5, T6 region. So Dr. Chris.
Yes.
This scoliotic curvature is why the liver's not detoxing properly. So this person juice fasts. Do they get non-toxic?
Well, they've stopped putting toxins into their body from a nutritional standpoint, maybe, but are they non-toxic? No, their body's still holding on to all of those toxins, right?
Because the nerve tissues makes this work, phase 1 and phase 2. We're talking about cytochrome P450, which, by the way, is an enzyme. Listen to this. It is an enzyme that is inside of every cell of your body, but heavily in the liver, and it does something specific. Ready? It oxidizes. Okay, it's a fancy term for metabolizes. It adds an oxygen species to a molecule so that you can get rid of steroids, drugs, and cholesterol. That's a steroid, by the way.
Yep.
Fatty acids, xenobiotics, which are basically materials that come from toxic things like plastics and paints and VOCs. But watch, the most important feature of cytochrome P450 is it gets rid of toxins and it helps you to synthesize hormones. Now, there are certain foods that can be consumed. So let's talk about why it's so good to do these juice fasts, okay? That can enhance the phase 1 and phase 2 detox. What am I talking about here? Your liver has 2 steps, 3 technically, but 2 to get the toxins processed and 1 to eliminate. Phase 1 is when we take a fat-soluble vitamin and we crank it through the oxidation process. We convert it into an oxidized molecule. Phase 2 is when we use enzymes to conjugate that to a carrier protein to get it into the bile or your intestines, or to make it water-soluble, transported from the liver to the kidneys for excretion. Straightforward to us, but probably a book of knowledge for them. So what could I eat to make my phase 1 detox better?
Yeah, so bunch of things, guys. So let's start with some of the herbs that are available. Milk thistle, sassafras, and dill. You can go with some of your citrus fruits, right? Tangerines and oranges. And that'll follow that up with some vitamin C rich foods, right? So some of your berries, bell peppers. And then we'll end with, okay, this is a big word, right? Lipotrophics, a compound that can break down fat in your metabolism. So we're talking about certain proteins like cysteine, methionine, choline, and inositol.
Yeah. So see how this would come from a lot of vegetable juicing,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
it would.
Because it's like cruciferous ones, like broccoli, Brussels, cabbage, cauliflower, collard greens, kale, turnips, wheatgrass, celery, chard, dandelion. So can I enhance my phase 1 by juice fasting?
Yes,
Sure.
of course you can.
But what if my phase 1 is congested because my spine's out of alignment? Do you see where I'm going with this, guys? This is why it's so important that you need to know what is your cause and effect. If you've juice fast and you gained weight, tells me that your issue isn't that you don't have the nutrients. It tells me either your gut's interfered with, that was last week, or your spine is interfered with, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Okay, so phase 2 is when we now conjugate, and conjugation is a hard terminology for them. So a conjugation is when you take something that is fat soluble and you make it water soluble. And you have to do that by attaching it to something. So let's say there's toxin A that's very, very dangerous.
Right.
Aluminum. Okay, the liver wants to get rid of it. But if you don't conjugate it by attaching it to cholesterol or bile or stool or urea, it'll never come out. Yep. So phase 2 is when we have oxidized the toxin, phase 1, cytochrome P450. Those are the foods that are good for it. Right. Phase 2 is when we say, get her out of us. And, sulfur. This is why onions and garlic and egg yolks are really good for detox. There's amino acids, but glutathione, guys, is the secret here. And we have a commercial coming up. But when we come back, we got to talk about glutathione, molybdenum. Nobody talks about molybdenum. All the amino acids like NAC. My God, NAC has been banned in the U.S. over-the-counter sales. So we got to talk why. Why would they ban? Why would they ban NAC? And we have a huge amount of stuff left. But commercials are coming up in a minute, and here's what I want you guys to do now. 704-906-2094. You're calling in to get free registration for the May 14th webinar. It is about diabetes, but it's about your health. It's about regulating your sugars, maximizing your energy, burning fat, because when you can't do that, you get diabetes. Yep. It's about type 1, type 2, and watch the kicker here, type 3. No one's talking about type 3. Almost all of you have type 3 diabetes right now. Let's see if we can tease them. That's the chronic fatigue, brain fog, forgetfulness diabetes. Okay, when your brain stops using sugar for energy, it starts to rot. And that is called cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's, forgetfulness, and it begins as brain fog, guys. So many of you are like, what did you just say? Yeah, you should wake up and pick up the phone. 704-906-2094. Call now or text your name and email now, 704-906-2094. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We'll be right back.
Beyond wine, we really care about health, the health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Hi, my name is Gary Greenfield with Greenfield Water Solutions, and I want to introduce you to our newest product, the MR500. It's a whole house structured water filter system. It's set up in an all stainless steel multi-round filter housing. It features inlet and outlet for the water, a bleeder valve for when you're changing out the filters to reduce pressure, and to remove the top for access to the filters. You simply open up the clamp, remove the top, and this plate here holds all the filters in place. Simple to remove. It comes out, and you can see what we have on the inside here. It's 5 Aquamedics filters and a vortexing tube and a harmonizer. That's the whole system. This is designed to filter 5 gallons per minute, and all of the contaminants that it does remove are listed on the website, which is a very broad array of contaminants. These are the highest rated filters that I know of on the market that are filter cartridges. They can be changed out yearly. And of course, the process is very simple. You won't have to hire a plumber to do a change out. And the filters are available from Greenfield Water Solutions. And if you want to know more about this, you can read about it on the product page or give us a call. Thanks for watching. That's it for now from Greenfield Water Solutions.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celliant Sleep Recovery. Our Celliant Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celliant technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celliant infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celliant. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celliant has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celliant Sleep Recovery products today. Celliant. Recycle your body's energy.
What do we mean by no toxic additives? Additives are very common in commercial winemaking. Wine companies are allowed to use thickeners, dyes, flavoring, sterilizers, defoaming agents, and a whole lot more to create a certain type of product. In fact, the FDA approves 76 additives for use in winemaking in the United States. We here at Dry Farm Wines only work with natural growers who share a philosophy of pure wine made without these industrial additives. We vet every grower before working with them to make sure their ethos aligns with ours, to make wine as pure as possible as nature intends.
Welcome back. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst, along with co-host, Dr. Chris Demzar.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
And we are having such an incredible topic. Listen, the comments on Facebook and YouTube are exploding, which is fantastic. We've been even getting emails during the show. Like we were answering emails during those commercial breaks. We have a ton of texts, so our team is registering you for our webinar. It is free. It is on the Saturday, 14th of May, 10 a.m. in the morning. And guys, when I say free, I mean like we're a couple weeks away.
Yep.
And our last webinar had over 500 people registered. And the issue with that is that's the max.
Right.
So we had people texting in going, please, for the love of God, I want to be on that webinar. And we had to tell them, it's full. But then here's the caveat. Only 300 of the 500 showed up. So that means 200 people stole a seat from those people who wanted to be on there, you. So now is the time. We have like 200 spots left. And you can pick up the phone and call 704-906-2094. Or you can text your name and your email right now to 704-906-2094. What are you getting? Free access to our diabetes. I'm putting air quotes around it. Because it's all about sugars, guys. Every single one of us is a sugaraholic. Every food industry knows this, and they put sugar in everything. Fun fact, did you know this? A Snickers bar and 2 pieces of wheat toast, which one raise your sugar more?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the wheat toast.
That does. 2 pieces of whole wheat toast will raise your sugars more than a Snickers bar, and yet most people are like, no, Snickers are bad.
Right.
I want my whole wheat sandwich with pork, ham and cheese. That is a sugar bomb. So we have to teach you guys, how do you regulate your sugars properly? How do you know where the sugar's coming from? How do you never end up with type 2 diabetes? And if you have it, what can you do right now? I'm talking like type 2 diabetic to pre-diabetic in 90 days. Pre-diabetic to non-diabetic in 90 days, which means a type 2 diabetic can be non-diabetic in only 6 months.
Half a year, guys.
And some of you have been dealing with your sugars for 2 or 3 years.
Right, or more.
Okay, so that is the free giveaway right now. 704-906-2094. Again, 704-906-2094. Write this number down. 704-906-2094. And text your name and your email to that number, and you get the registration for free.
Love it.
All right, so today's topic that we're continuing is how your liver wants to heal you. Will you let it? And do you understand that your liver is way more than just an organ that metabolizes alcohol? I mean, I hate to say it. Like, so many people are like, Dr. Ernst, I thought all my liver did was it handled the beer I had over the weekend. I mean, it does, because it's trying to save you from the damage of that stuff. But your liver is doing literally thousands of things for you.
Right.
Did you know it makes cholesterol? Did you know it makes bile?
Yes.
Did you know it secretes proteins and hormones and sugars and fats and toxins like ammonia and urea so that you can make urine and urinate out the crap that you eat? Did you know that fat-soluble toxins must be excreted through the bile, and this is why your gallbladder is connected to your liver? And did you know that most people that have had their gallbladders taken out have no clue that they can't detox the right way, because the surgeons took a system of detox out of them?
That's right.
And how many people with a gallbladder removal have taken their gall enzymes and their digestive supports and are using phase 2 binders because they can't detox?
Right.
Zero.
None.
So we need to talk about all of this, all right? So where do you think we should start? How about this? What is the number one step that needs to be done if I want to get my body detoxed? Do I go to Whole Foods and buy the 7-day detox from Renew Life?
Yeah.
Do I go to juice bars and buy 17 bottles of celery juice? Do I do that?
Yeah.
First step is...
You can, but guys, we got to start from the outside, right? So we have to talk about everything that you're already doing that's toxic to your body in your home. Okay, so the chemicals that you're using, the lotions that you're using, the deodorants, the deodorizers. How many of you have a little air wick that plugs into the wall outlet somewhere, right? That's then allowing chemicals to then evaporate into the air that you're breathing when you sleep. So it needs to start with, what are you doing to remove chemicals and toxins, pollutants from your house?
So you do need to do a detox.
Yes.
But you need to detox your home first.
Yes.
Possibly your work environment and even your car.
That's right.
You know, some people spend hours a day driving back and
true
forth.
too.
And so the most common are what you just said. Now, let's do like the toxic top 10 if we can, at home, okay? Most dangerous of them all is, do you have a filling in your mouth? Are you walking around with a 24/7, 365 a day toxic molecule in your teeth? Do you have silver amalgam fillings? Did you have them and get them replaced? Most dangerous because it's a 24/7, 365 days a year exposure. If you have an amalgam filling, I can about 90% to 95% assurance say you're toxic, because the mercury and the silver and the tin and all the other metals in this thing are leaching into the tooth, which has a nerve root that goes to your brain and causes neurotoxicity.
That's right.
Most toxic number 2, this is going to shock you. Ready for this? Your dishwasher.
Yes. Okay.
Because a lot of you put a pod that's purple or yellow or green or looks like a piece of candy in there. And if you put that like rinse aid, I mean, like, you might as well just sign your death certificate. And the thing is this, it's super hot inside of there. So the moment you open it and poof, all that steam comes out, you're basically increasing the volatile compounds and toxicities of the air that you're breathing. And then you eat the food on those plates that are coated with film residues and other chemicals.
Yep. Promise you guys, your dishwasher is not as clean as you think that it is. And if you're not doing a bi-weekly or at least a monthly natural cleaning of the dishwasher itself, you're missing out on a huge toxin that's staying in your home.
Well, that, and listen, you got to stop using those pods. Those pods are extremely dangerous.
Throw them
What
out.
do we use? This is going to sound strange. Ready? I use magnets. I have a dishwasher magnet that sticks against the dishwasher itself. I don't ever put soap in the dishwasher. And you might say, how on earth do your dishes get clean? When you magnetize water, it increases the saponification of water, which gets the grease and the dirt off your dishes without any detergents.
Love that.
Okay, next, ready? Laundry detergents. When you wear clothing that smells like Febreze and Snuggle and Tide, if I can walk by you and be like, oh man, you smell like a chemical plant.
Yeah.
Like a Tide factory.
Right.
Your skin is absorbing those every time you wear your clothes.
Yep.
And again, the dryer, when it opens, it's super hot air. So poof, all the air comes out. You inhale it. Okay, that was what, 4?
Yep.
Okay, number 5. Ready for this? Your bathroom is the most toxic portion of your house outside of your kitchen and your laundry, because what's in your bathroom?
All of the chemicals that you're putting on your body.
Shampoos, deodorants, mascara, lotions, potions, anti-aging creams. They estimate, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Finish your thought.
80,000 chemicals are found in over-the-counter commercial beauty products. So what kind of soap are you using? Does it have bacteria, antibacterials in it? What kind of shampoo do you use? Can you eat your shampoo and not die? If you've got PEG 14 and carb polymer whatever and cis trans isomer whatever, if you can't eat the ingredients of your shampoo, you shouldn't be using it. Mine's made out of coconut oil, avocado oil, plant natural surfactants.
Yep.
If my kids were to down the bottle, they'd probably get a little sick, but they wouldn't die. Now, if you down a bottle of Dove soap, you might as well say goodbye now.
Calling poison control isn't going to do anything at that point, right? So
Toxic.
Yep, same thing. So same thought process for the deodorant that you're putting on your body. We all wear deodorant every single day. Do you know what you're putting on in your armpits? Would you take that same stick and would you take
Lick it.
Yeah, lick it or take a bite out of it and eat it? Oh my gosh, do you know how toxic that is? So
Now, here's the thing, though. You just named the number 1 toxin in their bathroom.
Yes.
Deodorant. Number 1
Definitely.
toxin in their kitchen is the dishwasher soap.
Yep.
Number 1 toxin in their laundry room is the laundry soap. And the number 1 toxin on their body is the amalgam fillings.
Yes.
So that's why a detox is get that stuff out first. Now, once the amalgams are removed and once you're using non-toxic soaps and your deodorants are made out of coconut oil and they have charcoal and baking soda and there's
Good
no
stuff, guys.
chemicals. And by the way, they work.
They really do.
Okay, now there is a detox process.
Yes, there is.
If you've been using an aluminum zirconium, whatever degree Dove secret, and you switched, you tell them, because you did this, right?
I did.
You switched.
About a year and a half ago,
what
guys,
happened?
I switched. So, first of all, I noticed I felt like I was perspiring more from my armpits, right? And there was about a 2-week process where, yes, there was a process where I could maybe smell a little bit of my own BO at the end of the day. But hey, I'll tell you what, after that 2-week acclimation period,
what happened?
I stopped perspiring, no more BO. You know what? My armpits have never felt more free, more clear. There's no residue that's left on them at the end of the day, right? They smell great. So in the 2-week period, guys, best change I ever made in my life.
Do you remember that commercial? It was for a deodorant. And they had like all these hairy men lined up.
Yeah.
And this woman was going down smelling their
each
armpits.
one. Yeah.
And it was like either the Old Spice or the Axe one was the only one. And she was like, oh, I think all the rest of them passed out and died. So like, we want to smell good.
Of course.
But you don't want to smell chemically good.
Right.
Okay, so we have cleaned out our house. And listen, there's a ton more than just those. But if you fix that,
it's a good start.
Now, diet. They have to next clean their diet. Because the key is with detox, stop putting the stuff in you first.
Yep.
See, everybody wants to like chelate and detox with herbs.
Yeah.
But if I put $100 in my bank account and I take $100 out, what's my balance?
Right. Still zero, guys. You can't do the back end before you do the front end work
so if
first.
I start removing toxins and I haven't removed the source, I'm not going to get anywhere. You can put every $1,000 filter on your water. You can buy every detox supplement on the market, but if you're still deodorizing with, Old Spice and Dove, if you're still showering with, Aveeno and Dove, and what are I don't even know.
Or what about like the
Suave?
untangly stuff for kids?
Oh
and
my
whatnot?
gosh.
Yeah.
If you're still using Tide Pods because they're cheap and easy, and you use your Snuggle sheets and you're, pouring this disgusting chemical into your washing machine and dishwasher, then you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, so the food also has to be detoxed. And what is the most important toxin on a food to make sure you never get?
Yeah, guys, and it's in so many of the foods that we eat. Even some of the organic food that you are eating, right? And it's glyphosate, right?
Yeah, Roundup.
Roundup, yes. So if you're spraying Roundup on your lawn, stop. But then you're obviously not going to go out and eat the grass, right, that you're growing. But the food that you're eating, the grains, anything grainy, a lot of the meats that are being produced, the animals that are eating the grains, those grains have had Roundup sprayed on them. That's full of glyphosate, extremely, extremely toxic
So
chemical.
we're talking about oats and corn and wheat and rice.
Yep.
But also, most vegetables have a pesticide sprayed on them. Some of them are Roundup, but some of them are actually organopesticides and phosphorus-based pesticides.
Right. Okay.
What are the other super toxic foods?
Let's give you guys. So if you guys are keeping a list, here you go. So some of the vegetable and seed oils, right?
Give me an example. Like, what's the worst vegetable oil you could ever use?
Yeah, so,
most toxic vegetable oil.
Yeah, like canola oil.
Yeah.
Right.
Very dangerous.
Yes. Very bad. So.
Cottonseed oil,
seed.
sunflower seed oils.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a
safflower.
seed or a vegetable oil, toxic.
Yep, get rid of it. Okay, some of your hydrogenated fats, right? So the fats that are going to be
margarine,
solid at room temperature. Your margarine, disgusting.
Slightly solid. They're kind of mushy, but they're not liquid.
Like
at room temperature, coconut oil is liquid.
Yep.
But butter is soft,
right?
So you've got a bit of a hydrogenation. And is butter okay? Grass-fed, highly processed, highly unprocessed, clarified butter is great. But like Land O'Lakes and I can't believe it's not butter. Like if you can't believe it's not butter, I can't believe you're eating it. Cut it out, right?
Yep. Okay. And if you're factory farmed animal products, so same thing. These animals are eating grain feed, right? Which is going to be high in Roundup, and then that's the meat that you are consuming. Right, super toxic.
And that's a big one. Talk to me about this one. This GMO concept.
GMOs. So, okay, guys, that's your gluten. So back to the grains. But any of your dairy, soy, and corn products, they've been using these genetically modified organisms to help make more of it for their profits, for their pockets, while they're putting toxins into you.
And here's a fun fact. Literally last week, they announced that everybody's freaking out about GMOs. Yeah. So guess what they do? Do they get rid of the GMOs? Do they say, let's pull them from the diet? No, they renamed them. Now, they're no longer called GMO. They're called bioengineered foods. So think of that. Bioengineered. We made this food better, stronger, faster, fatter, tastier.
Yep.
Don't eat bioengineered foods. They're toxic.
Right. Okay, and then...
And obviously, this makes perfect sense, right?
Right. So then we can get into what are you drinking every single morning? Coffee.
Now, how is coffee toxic though? Like for example, I love coffee. I have it every day, but my coffee is specifically non-toxic.
Yep. Because guys, coffee beans one of the beans are found to have the most amount of mold in them. So almost every single brand of coffee that you were buying off the shelf, it's going to have mold in it.
Wait a minute. Whole Foods, though, sells Allegra. I think it's Allegro. No, Allegra is a drug. Allegro whole bean organic coffee. Is that toxic?
Yes, it still can be toxic.
But it's organic.
Right, doesn't matter, right? There's so many studies that are showing that a lot of
95%.
still have of organic produced products, especially coffee beans, still are found to have mold. And then because of the water sources that they're getting sourced from, they're still finding certain cases where there's Roundup, that glyphosate on these organic products, right?
Especially the decaf ones, because they're Swiss water pressed. It's a water extraction of the caffeine.
Yep.
And if you use Charlotte water to do that, you might as well say it's Aaron Brockovich coffee now, because we do have hexavalent chromium in our water, and that explains the next most important thing to clean out. Not just the fact of no coffee that's toxic, no alcohol, but watch the water you drink.
Yep.
Charlotte tap water has 16 carcinogenic chemicals in it. Yep. So if you're bathing in this, you see why the first step to detox is stop putting it on you.
Right.
Now, we talked about this, so let's go back through it. First major step to clean your body out. Is it swallowing a supplement?
No.
Is it doing a juice fast?
Well,
what's the first thing I need to do to get my detox systems cranking at 100%? First thing.
Guys, so we've talked about how your nervous system is going to control everything in your body. That includes all of the detox pathways. Whether it's coming from your brain or somewhere down your spinal cord, there's going to be a specific chiropractic adjustment that you need that's going to stimulate those detox pathways. Okay, open up what the liver is allowing to do. But we talked about earlier, like that liver, if it's a deflating tire, and you're just slowly losing steam and air, we've got to crank that sucker back up to make sure that it's functioning the way that it should. There's no interference there. That's where we start.
Now, how would I know if I'm toxic? Would I feel this?
No. I mean, now there might be certain symptoms. We can talk about the skin rashes, the brain fog, right? But you're not going to immediately associate that maybe with,
no,
it's
you're
because
right.
of toxicity.
Because if I wake up today and I have dermatitis down my back and my left leg,
Yep.
I'm not going to go see you. I'm
Right.
going to a dermatologist.
Right.
Because I'm medically oriented, right? And they're going to say, steroid cream.
Yep.
Now, watch. I rub the steroid cream on my skin. Will the rash go away?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what will happen when I stop the steroid cream? And I inflame my body again. Now, I come to you with dermatitis, and you're going to say it's a toxicity issue. Could be a gut issue, could be a nerve issue. How do you detect the toxins that I have, and how do I know what to chelate?
Yes, exactly. So that's where we've got to run specific testing. Not only can we test your basic biomarkers through labs that we do, and we test very specific biomarkers, because we can test to see is there certain minerals, are there certain heavy metals that your body's holding on to.
And what are the big ones?
So biggest ones. Well, and we mentioned them already, right? The
Aluminum.
aluminum, Mercury. So we've got
lead.
Lead. And so based on what those numbers come back as, that can then allow us to decide, well, what do we need to do as far as a phase by phase basis to not only start to stimulate detox pathways, pull the toxins out of your body, and then eliminate them, right? That is a process.
Not only that, but we know scientifically that your body uses phase 1 and phase 2. I don't think I can point to them. Phase 2 detox. And here's the thing, guys. I'll put this infographic up for you. You can download it. Phase 1 is cytochrome P450 activation. There are no foods to eat to boost cytochrome P450, but what does it? A vagal nerve release has scientifically been shown to elevate cytochrome P450 activation. Now, NAC. We got 2 minutes. NAC is N-acetylcysteine. It got removed from the markets because it also helps your liver to detoxify viruses, which are toxins technically. Yep. And, here we are in 2022. So last year, it was shame on you if you said COVID and NAC. They would shut you down. N-acetylcysteine enhances phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification so it gets toxins out. Can we get the toxins of COVID out? Yes! In fact, there were doctors recommending 1,200 milligrams of NAC and COVID will be done in a day. And do you think Big Pharma wanted that?
No.
No! And it was over-the-counter, readily available, so everywhere said, can't sell it. It was pulled from Amazon, pulled from Walmart, pulled from Target, pulled from Vitamin Shop. The only way to get it is by a physician's order now. Do we give NAC to our patients?
Yes.
Yes. But could you walk in off the street and buy the NAC? No, we're legally bound. It has to be by prescription only. How ridiculous. Why is that? NAC is a phase 1 and phase 2 stimulator, guys. Do you see this? Your liver wants to heal you if you give it the right nutrients, if you stop poisoning yourself, if you get your spine adjusted, release the vagus nerve, release 5 and 6 thoracics, your liver will turn on, and goodbye fatigue, depression, bloating, chronic sickness, allergies, brain fog, weight loss, hello, life back, hello.
That's right.
We're running out of time.
I know
we got 40 seconds, guys. Look, you got to join us. You have to, okay? Saturday, I think it's the 15th of May. 14th, sorry. Saturday, the 14th of May, we're doing a Destroying Diabetes, Destroying Blood Sugar, Destroying Body Fat, Health Returning to Normal webinar. And we're at like 300 registrants already. We only have 200 left. You might be like, oh man, that's a ton. They're going to be gone by the time we end up this show today. So you need to act now. Like fear of missing out, watch out for that. 704-906-2094. Call or text your name and your email. 704-906-2094. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye.